All right, Shalom. I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. And this will be a part two of the other video I just did going into the New World Order, because I done some looking around, going into some things, and this is one of the things that popped up in November 5th, 2013. It says, why is New World Order ideology spreading? Now, mind you, this is back in 2013, and everything this guy is about to say in this video is already happening now. And people are now just starting to get it, of this whole New World Order, because now they're not hiding it. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip, and then I'm gonna get scriptures along with it.
The idea of the New World Order, I think, has its origins in Christian fundamentalist interpretations of the Book of Revelation. It's a conspiracy of elites, global elites, who will plot to take over the earth and establish a dictatorship. And part of that dictatorship will be a one world financial order. So that one world order is a political and economic and religious entity which will come to dominate the earth during the end times, the last days. The concept of the New World Order has roots going back hundreds of years. Ideas of the Illuminati and the Masons, secret societies which were involved, covertly involved in politics. But in the present form, it really takes off after World War II with the establishment of the United Nations. Focus on the TSA comes from, I believe, that 9/11 attacks were orchestrated as part of a conspiracy to establish a police state. And that police state would begin with safety, public safety, homeland security, forcing us to accept new kinds of searches and violations of privacy which were never possible before. We have had people believing in these ideas of apocalyptic and conspiracy theories for centuries, but with the internet we have not only a means for the rapid spread of these beliefs, but the hybridization of them, so that they now take many forms. One of the most disturbing aspects of New World Order beliefs.
So I just wanted to pause it because of this part right here where it says caution, New World Order ahead. Now, I want to reiterate that this is, a lot of people already heard about the New World Order, and some people already kind of understood it, but now people have no choice but to believe in it because they're not hiding it anymore. So what the list of things that's on here is 5 things. Some of them haven't happened yet. Actually, I think only one of them hasn't happened yet, which is the military draft. That hasn't happened yet. Which it has happened the other past world wars. There's World War III, which we're basically in. Forces V's, which is happening now. Prison industrial complex, yeah, and elite control depopulation. And it's getting to that point. It's getting to that point when they gotta have Agenda 21, where they gotta reduce a lot of people. It's basically getting to that point. It's no longer hidden. A lot of people probably won't believe some of it, but everything that's being put out there is not a lie. A lot of this stuff is going to happen. The usual stuff that people hear about is going. Yeah, that's nothing new. I mean, it's going to happen, and it technically is happening. These people are meant to be blinded to not understand that, because the more these people don't understand, the easier it is for Esau to hit them off. That's how it is for them. It just makes Esau's job easier. And technically, hey, that's what we want. Because our people will ultimately get destroyed and come back righteous in the kingdom of heaven. But these people need to go. He's not just targeting our people. He's going to target pretty much every nation that's stuck in here. Somebody keep going with the clip.
Is that they are no longer the province of a crackpot fringe. It seems that more and more people on left and right have come to accept this notion that global elites are manipulating us and taking away our rights and plotting to or conspiring to abrogate national sovereignty and establish a one world state.
And there you go. This is
the idea of the New World Order.
And there it is. So nothing's hidden. This is back in 2013. We're in 2021. It's almost been 10 years since then. Doesn't seem like we're making up stuff now, does it? Oh, when they start implementing martial law, oh, I'm going to be surprised some of these people still don't get it. They think a lot of these people think they have laws and that they can, amendments that they feel that can overrule this place. No, the average person here doesn't have no rights, no amendments, no nothing. They just use that as a front to keep people comfortable. When this place goes down, when a lot of policemen, a lot of medical workers, a lot of ambulance workers, so I can not them firefighter workers, police workers, when all these workers, hell, even some of the military workers, I'm gonna be surprised when they don't accept a lot of these things. If they get deported home, they don't have no rights. They didn't serve Esau, so Esau was like, oh, screw you with the rest of these people. That's all it is. Until Esau says you're done servicing him, he has no need of you. This is Psalms 49:11. The inward thought is that the houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called their lands after their own names, and I read this as the other video just now, but it's relevant to now. They don't. Esau's like, I don't care if I had to depopulate a lot of you. The work is still. He says his work is still going to come back some way or another, but it won't. That's the ultimate trick bag right there. And I'll get a scripture for that soon enough. But that's the trick bag with Esau. He's trying to imitate what the Lord does and says, and he can't do it, especially since it's always wicked. So, like I mentioned earlier. Actually, hold on. So, okay. There we go. So, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of these people, like I said, your workers, your military workers, your police workers, all of them, when they backed into the corner, they have no rights to use. They can ride all they want. When that martial law hits, and they try to go up on against them, a lot of them are going to be shot. They won't care. The whole point in the military is to keep doing what the agenda says to do. And that their agenda only lasts until the Lord comes back and destroys this place. So it hit me with something, because as you mentioned in the video, they're trying to keep us basically locked into what they want us to do, as in to control the world and do what they want. So it dawned on me that this place has the American flag, right? The Pledge of Allegiance, when I had to think back on it in my mind. Now, this flag was put up, or was written, might have been even earlier than that, in August 1892. And slightly going back to about 1892. And apparently it was published in the Youth's Companion on September 8, 1892. Now, the original form said, the original Pledge of Allegiance says, I pledge allegiance to my flag and the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mind you, that's the original. Apparently, Esau wanted to mix it up a bit. So in 1923, it changed, or they added the flag of the United States of America. So it says, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America," which I believe that's when America was actually established. I could be wrong. I need to reread into that again. And it says, "To the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." Right? Okay. We skip fast forward to that. Let's say it went from 1923 to 1954, and they added the words "under God." Okay. So you had the question, why would they put "under God"? So, as we all know it, we all heard it from school. I pledge allegiance to the flag under the the flag under the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. Mind you, you had to sit here and remember what nation you had. I'm sorry, you had to sit there and ask what nation. You had what nation? You have a whole mix of nations here. So when you add that into the factor, that's basically talking about the New World Order right then and there. Under Esau. So that's not only just white people, black people. It's It's not just only them. It's Asians, the Arabs. Anybody that can have control of to pledge their allegiance under them is the New World Order. Think about it. You have NATO. They have these how is it that American or the sorry, how is it that they can? I forgot the word that they say for this, but how is it that if another country does something wrong, America can dictate? Oh, you're basically the one in trouble, but no one can do the same back to this place. Except for when this place does fuck up, they say, "Oh, you need to be accountable for the things that you've done wrong," but nothing ever happens. So that clicked in my mind is, hey, I mean, this has been a thing that's been ongoing, but when you sit there and really, really think about it, they've been planning that since day one, not only from when we were children, but to other nations as well. Especially ones that's got to come over here and try to make money. Basically, the Pledge of Allegiance is just a contract. That's all it is. It's just a contract. And that contract has so much influence to these people that they really feel literally obligated to stay and fight for this place. Even if the government's messed up, but they'll tell others, if you don't like this place, go back to Africa, as if see these people. That's what I won't even go into that because that's not even the main topic. But that's the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, you don't like this place? Go back to Africa." Well, why do you like this place after all the mass murder had it done, especially to our people when you had to be slaves coming over here? Meanwhile, these be the same people asking for reparations. How come you still asking for reparations if you still love this place? There shouldn't be any reparations. You love this place, that's it. That is reparation. So the logic, that's it's not even. I could bring up the logic, but it's no point because that's the games of Esau. That flag, the television, the media, everything that can gravitate to our people's minds All logic is out of the window with that. So this is Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So when Esau implements these chips, hey, if you're not for it, you gotta go, or he's gonna convince you that you should take it, because he's given life to it to be able to control you. So let's go further. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what Esau is basically, that's what's going to happen in the future with all this going on. When he implements that chip, you don't care if you're rich or poor. You homeless? Oh, you can get it. You rich? You can get it too. If you don't want to get it, you ain't. All that money's gone. All that you like, yeah, you want that money back instead of it being in cash, which a lot of people don't keep. No one keeps all that money in cash no more. It'd be on credit cards. So he's like, you know what? Instead of having it on a credit card, we can put the credit card in you, and you can have all your money back right then and there. But if you don't take it, say goodbye to your money. You was once rich, you ain't rich no more. So it doesn't matter if you have money or not. Once that stock crash, that's the end of your richness. If you're poor, you're like I'm not talking about even I'm not even talking about just the homeless. Because the homeless, well, they used to this. But the poor specifically would be our people in general who can't afford to be rich. For those who wants to live a better life in the society, they go to any Jake out here like, hey, yo, you lived in such and so in the ghettos. Well, here, if you take this, you could get a mansion. I won't be surprised if that's what the Esau tells them. Anything that can trick our people into getting what they want, oh, they'll line up for you. Oh, you haven't eaten. You haven't eaten. You look like you haven't eaten at all. Well, here's some food right behind me if you want it, but you gotta take that chip. So these are things to be aware of, because this is what Esau's going to do. You got tactics, he got plans, he's always 20 steps ahead. But the Lord has given us the sight to be 35 steps ahead, to know what he's going to do. It may not be always correct, but we be getting close to it. And that's what matters. As long as we push these prophecies that we know this devil's going down, the rest comes into play. But that's all I wanted to go into that. So, Lord, this was a little edifying. With that, shalom.